Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready here with the second map, second game of day 2 of the ROG Community Challenge, and it's Team Luke versus Team Sponge. Team Sponge ended up winning the first map. That was on Train Now, becoming a Team Luke's map pick. That's Cash. So we'll see how that unfolds. I'm excited. I actually want to see more of these Taiwanese players. I think they are playing at a high level, and deoxiDE too. Can you keep it up?
I think you kind of just like touched on the main player right there.
Yeah.
deoxiDE. Ridiculous performance from him in the first map. Pretty much the only reason why Sponge and the rest are up 1-0 right now. To drop 35 kills in 25 rounds,
yeah,
that's an incredible performance. So I think the main thing is, are they going to be able to repeat that on Cash? Is deoxiDE going to be there to save the Aussies?
I mean, we're going to have to find out. There are some players that just play, you know, way better on some maps and then sort of cool off on another one. And I mean, it's also hard to just keep the level. But the thing is, rather than looking like someone who was like very focused and really had to focus to get to that level, he was just happy and having a good time. Like even some of the rounds where he didn't really get anything, he was still just all right. So probably if that level of humor continues, then I think they'll have a pretty good time. But I hope that the Taiwanese have come up with something extra, right? That they've prepared something here, because that would put Sponge to work. Suddenly he would have to sort of, you know, think about what was going on. That could be fun.
Put Sponge to work.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. Someone has to do it. He's obviously not going to put himself to work with that. That has been established already.
I feel like do we ever let up on Sponge, or do we just keep on going, right?
Why not keep? I mean, she's just had a vacation for like 3 months or something. He'll be fine. If he's not mentally prepared for this now, then he never will be.
No, it's true. It's true. And he kind of like, admitted it yesterday. You know, he's willing to throw the bants around, but he's not here with us.
Plus, if you've ever seen Sponge stream, I mean, he's not exactly sort of a, you know, he can dish it out as well. I feel like
meow, 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 meow.
He'll be all right. I'm sure he'll be all right. We are just getting the knife round on the way, so it should be any second now that we'll head into the actual game. Obviously, it's a best-of-1 elimination, so best-of-3, but single elimination. Right. So if you lose here, that's it, you're gone. We already have 3 teams that are in the semifinals. We just need 1 more. It's going to be one of these 2. I appreciate the point that Flom was making, that if they can get past Cash that we're heading into now, then Dust 2 should be a very open map for both teams. Like, that could be very interesting, I think.
It's a fair point, valid point, because Dust 2 is going to be pretty much just like straight aim, all over the place. Flash long, okay, good, go. Headshots, maybe, right? Then it can be interesting. Then it can be fun.
But so. Even Cash is a better map than Train, I would say, for the kind of aim fights that it looked like Team Luke were able to take. Like Yan Lee and Nameless and Crazy Face, they were definitely putting some good rounds on the board. So they just got to continue that, and they will be starting on the T side, which I think is good news for them. Now they just have to win the pistol here, and they're going to go for a pinch on the A bomb side, which is not that heavily defended.
But we have the man in the NBK already. Toniak looking for the shots, and there it is. Perfectly done. Lined up. Gets 2 before it gets taken out, and that's easy. That's all that he needs to do. Now Insanity rotates in, looking to find one of his own, and he kind of throws it away. Yanli, in the meantime, has picked up 2 kills of his own, and they have the man advantage now. Team Luke going on to the A site. deoxiDE, though, the man of Train. And let's see. He's been spotted. They know where he's coming from. Now it's about patience. They're going to peek together. Good teamwork and communication coming through here from Team Luke. Working as a unit.
1 on 3. I mean, with the bomb already ticking, as long as they're not peeking him, he can't do anything. I mean, there's not any point even in giving away the defuse kit. It is kind of like sad to save a defuse kit, but at the same time, what's the point in giving them another kill and then losing the $400? Might as well just walk off here. So, great round for Team Luke. They got the timing down right, and especially, you're right, that peek on deoxiDE, that worked out just fine.
That's a pleasure. That's a real joy to see, right? How do you vanquish the beast? Strength in numbers. You take that fight alone, maybe you get the headshot. Maybe you don't. After his performance on Train, you don't really want to risk it, do you? So, good to call in the mate. Make sure that you guys peek him together and that it's just too much for him to handle. So, off to a good start here. This is, after all, Luke's map. This was the map that they picked. And so we do expect to see a different kind of like caliber here for Team Luke. We do expect to see them do a bit better.
Yeah, and I think they're going to need a lot of those rounds on the T side, I suspect. They are playing up against a Scout, 2 Deagles, 2 C-75s, and if Train is anything to go by, we could see a lot of traded rounds early on. These teams definitely having a hard time closing out after winning the pistol and just doing a good job after that. They're playing incredibly defensively. They're really worried right now that the Australian team is going to come look for them.
Yeah, they are playing very carefully, aren't they? I mean, why not, right? Because you've seen a lot of anti-ecos gone horribly wrong, where the team with the pistols, the team saving the money, are the ones winning. And then it's just back and forth, constant struggle. Sponge, wow, just goes jumping right through the smoke, expecting nobody to be in position to deal with that.
A bit bold, some would say. Now he's in some trouble, but Insanity is actually going to be there to help out. And he got a shot in. Insanity hitting another Deagle headshot. Can he get a third one in the middle? The bomb is out there, so they're going to have to show up. Is there a rotation happening from Sponge's team? That's the big question right now. He spots another one. Crazy Face, he could be going down. Sponge is there, but it's actually going to be Toniak to pick up the kill. Now Sponge on 8 health, and he gets dropped. Yan Lee picking up a triple kill, all of them right in a row. And now it's HPR creeping in, but Acadia is there to help out. So finally, they take care of business after a scary start to that round.
Yeah, nice recovery there from Yan Lee at the end, basically, with the double kill to open up short. That basically sealed it up, but they do manage to keep control. That's the important bit here, that they managed to get both rounds back to back, and that they should be looking at a third round here on the board for Team Luke. But as I say that, what is this? They go for the force buy. Sponge, they're not playing by the rules here, by the accepted standards. This is that chaos element, that chaotic element that we can kind of expect to see here from these guys. They aren't a team, they are a pug. They are going to go full pug on you.
deoxIDE. Can someone flash him in? I feel like if he just runs over here with the C-set in hand, it's not going to be good enough. I think he needs to have a flashbang for someone to set him up with. HPR will end up being dropped by Yan Lee. Now he's in position out in the open as well, tapping away with the C-set. He's doing pretty good damage with it, but he has to fall back. Can he get a chance to reload? Grenades are raining down all around him, and this is not going to be fun, is it? Namraz in position for that one.
Yeah, no escape possible. Now 2 UMPs, a P250 left on Sponge. 2 players on the A site, though. But that bomb isn't committed. It's still hanging around over at Vents. They're still trying to make up their minds right now, Team Luke. They have the time for it, 50 seconds. So they can take their time and decide where they want to take this fight. And it is going to be that A site, bomb rotating up short after the 2 kills on Toniak and Sponge. Sure. And Yan Lee even lurking over towards B takes out Insanity. So we are seeing very clean play coming through here from Team Luke. Real pleasure to see after some of the more chaotic rounds that we were treated to on Train.
And it's definitely a bit of a better start. And if you're also noticing, the Australian team is cooled off a little bit in their, you know, bravado. They're not quite as excited. Yeah. I mean, they haven't won any rounds yet, so maybe that's the reason why. But still, if you can shut down that momentum they had going on, that's a good way to get started. And look at this. 4 people pushing out a B, 1 guy holding A.
I like this strategy. I'd like to see 1 flash. Do they have a flash? They don't have a flash. But I guess they're just waiting for contact, right? Spring, a trap. Not going to find anybody here, however, but they finally do commit. And they're going to run right through B halls and see nobody here. So there's going to be a very quick flank coming through here on Team Luke, with something that might actually catch the Taiwanese team off guard.
I think, if anything, they're going to be calling up Toniak right now and saying, listen, mate, this is about to be a really bad time. We've got bad news. They're literally all right across the corner.
Patience, HPR.
Wasn't with him this time. Sponge, though, going to try and get his hands on that AWP. He had it for all of 2 seconds. And then Arcadia is going to take it away from him. deoxIDE looking for exit frags. And, well, wow. Yan Lee's 8-0-0.
Yeah, he's taken off, but that was style points right there for Luke. His first kill of the game, and it was a showy one. Good, making his debut in Hollywood soon. Just looking now to see how this is going to shape up, because Team Luke, you're right, Yan Lee is taken off. He's taken a bit of like deoxIDE's role, where he's just off to a flying start here. 8 kills in 4 rounds. We're going into the 5th one. It's a 4-0 lead for his team and a double op setup here for Team Sponge. And well, that kind of leaves it up in the air, because that means with double up, you don't really tend to see much aggression. You kind of expect to see them kind of hang back and hold angles.
That's more or less what they are doing at the moment there. Still taking over A main. There is a slight gap in the smoke that Toniak is trying to have used just in case anyone was going to go for it. But now the smoke is gone, and a nice peek coming in from Crazy Face. I love that kind of peek. We don't see it nearly enough, but it doesn't work out. Namraz is also going to be going down. And then Sponge taking him. Acadia with a shot on Insanity. Drop him out of the round now. Backup is needed for Sponge. Has turned up with the AWP. He's playing Forklift, and He did get the kill on Crazy Face. That's not a bad start. No scope, not going to work out. Luke will take one and then drop Sponge as well. And deoxiDE and HPR, can they make this work?
Yeah, that flips it. deoxiDE, luckily for him, he's within the flash radius, so he's not blind. Here's the reload, not fast enough. Yeah, and Lee hits the headshot point blank, and it's on HPR now, 1v3. He has info at least. He knows where one of these players is coming from. Turns away from the flash, gets peeked at the same exact time. When these guys are on a map that they like, Team Luke, it's a totally different beast. Good comms, good. They know how to set up the challenge there. Both players peeking at exactly the same time behind a flash.
It's definitely getting more interesting here. This is now, I think, a real challenge for the Australians because they've given up 5 rounds in a row. They keep running out of money, and I mean, eventually they're going to have to get back into this game somehow. 3 Deagles in play this time. HPR and deoxiDE haven't even killed anyone yet. They've got 0 kills, both of them.
Yeah, they're deoxiDE in particular. Yeah, he's definitely cooled off. That's the point to be made, that sometimes you don't really... It's hard to carry that kind of level through map after map. I believe it was Flom making that point. Very tough. So, I mean, right now, you know, it's a question of him just not getting too down on himself. Like, he needs to just shake it off, get his head back in the game, get 1 kill, and then, you know, he'll be able to actually start feeling like he's a part of this. Because, yeah, right now he's not really having that impact. 5-0 lead right now for Team Luke.
Yes, indeed, and the lack of money, the constant sort of fluctuation in the economy here will make it very tricky. Double boost in the middle. So in spite of the lead, and in spite of the fact that they know they're playing rifles against pistols, they're playing it very safely. Like, there's nothing really left to chance here, which is interesting. This is, especially with a mixed team, the sort of thing you could expect that maybe it would just be like, oh, someone's going to go off on the hunt somewhere or give up an AK or an AWP in a silly place, right? They're playing fairly regimented at the moment. See, the backline is being covered by Nameless, and that gets him a kill on HPR, so no flag available. And when they go for the attack on the bomb site, they wait to wrap around both highway and main. So they're just playing a solid game right now.
Yeah, no, it's clear. It's very clear that this is a map. You can see this is a team playing. This is a map that they're comfortable on, that they've put some work into rather, and it's telling, right? Whereas Sponge, this is what the trouble is when you go up against a team that actually knows what it's doing on a map, and you haven't put the work in. You're kind of left at a loss, and so you're going to double op, right? You're just looking for duels. You're looking to take aim fights. The only issue is that in general, yeah, you can have aim fights, and then you can have maps like deoxiDE's map on Train, where some player just goes completely ape, and really there's no accounting for that. There's no countering that either. But when it comes down to a more evenly matched sort of system, now it's like tactics are going to win out, teamwork is going to win out versus somebody who's just looking to aim.
Double AWP versus double AWP. I think they just need like a kickstart here, Team Sponge. Like, you know, where's the Australian banter coming from? Where's Sponge? He's supposed to be hyping them up. The Sponge of Rock Seminole, not the Renegade Sponge that was all deflated and had given up on life. We need the really old school Sponge, because, you know, if you're at deoxiDE or someone else, that's what you need. That's what the captain's supposed to be there for. And he's taken a long holiday for that very reason, so that he could be in, you know, a good mood here. Maybe he needs another one after this game if they lose it. He's gonna get a ticket right back to Canada.
That's right, they were in Canada for a little bit before this. Oh. No, sorry, Sponge, it doesn't work that way. He
really wanted it, didn't he? Yanli just continuing his reign of terror. Is anyone even going to kill him in this first half? Seems to be out of control. Obviously, now that I said that, someone obviously will. But it is 3 to 5. Leg shot coming through. Crazy Face going down. deoxiDE finding first kill of the game for himself here. Now, bomb has gone down. 3 versus 4. Still a very hard retake, I imagine.
Yeah. Oh. Looked like there was a moment there. Possible to hit the shot, but it's not going to happen. Instead, it's deoxiDE backing off to save this AWP, because obviously they are not going to go ahead and attempt to retake on the B site when there are 4 players alive for Team Luke, and they've got deoxiDE on life support. So Sponge, Toniac, and deoxiDE backing off to save their guns. And well, now is where I'd almost want to call a timeout if I'm Team Sponge. 7-0, that's a fail-safe for some teams. You're just saying, right, regardless, we're calling a timeout. We're going to have a bit of a sit.
Listen, doesn't the whole premise of a timeout sort of suggest that you would have something, you know, valuable to contribute in that timeout?
Friday Night Lights speech? There's always a time for that.
I feel like Sponge just he just isn't gonna put in the work for that, is he? Like, this whole thing has been just a show of him saying, I'm not gonna be prepared.
Boom!
I'm not ready.
Sponge tactical timeout called. You see, there's a bit of the chat, a bit of the talk.
All right.
Let's hear what I wish we had like a mic.
Eyes.
He's focusing really hard right now. He's like, what can I tell these guys that's gonna get them to like believe?
He's saying, listen, guys, this is we can't win this. It's too far gone, and it's on me ultimately for taking that vacation. But I've got good news. Drinks are on me when this. Oh, actually, we're in Sweden. So drinks aren't on me at all. They're not.
You could probably buy a round in Sweden and it not be the end of the world.
No, I
You're
tried
buying
that.
Carlsberg.
I tried that once. We were at a fancy bar somewhere in Stockholm, and I bought drinks for Get Right and somebody else, and it was just like vodka and Red Bull, and it still cost me like 600 Swedish kronor, something ridiculous. It was,
Get out of here.
It was out of control. Just 3 drinks. I'm not kidding. It was.
So it was like 200 second drink.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It really happens. It really happens. Just you wait. Just you wait.
Well, maybe that's punishment for Sponge then. We send him to that bar. Just buy a round. It's all good.
Spy around.
Kick him while he's on the floor. Already crying, defeated. I mean, unless they can figure out a solution here, it's looking like it's going to a third map. I mean, we are pretty early days. But after this timeout, they need to buckle down here.
Still in the double orb era here for Team Sponge. A good solution would be just to have one of those orbs find one of the opening frags. I mean, how hard can it be? Set up somewhere, and then play the rest of the round as safe as you can. Sponge is in a good position, but probably will be flashed once this happens. Actually going to go for the peek there. Crazy Face goes down, and Sponge getting the first kill of the round. That's very good news.
The smoke goes down as well, and that's actually going to prompt them to back off. So Team Luke giving ground, not willing to go for the trade, not willing to stand for that disrespect. They're going to give ground and look for an opening elsewhere. But we currently have 3 players set up over towards the A site, so it's not like it's going to get any easier over here. I say that, but then they rotate a man to watch Link in mid, Team Sponge. So now only the 2 players here on A. Maybe there is an opportunity, a window for Team Luke to take advantage of.
Yeah, there absolutely is. There's also a lot of Molotovs, and here's the problem for Insanity in his position. He doesn't have a smoke to cancel out a Molotov that's going to land on him if he stays there. He could just try and run back, but that still leaves him very open. So I would say this is a dangerous position to be in without the actual smoke to cancel anything. Oh, they're actually not going to throw it in. I think maybe that one was supposed to go there. Yeah, they messed it up slightly. He's still going to go down. Luke will take care of business. Toniac will drop down name rest. 30 seconds left here, and a 2 versus 4. It is looking good for time. For Team Sponge here, and maybe the timeout actually finally worked.
Yeah, maybe that was what was necessary. Get them a moment to breathe. He knows that somebody's close, but he's not going to hit the shot. Arcadia will only take the 1 with him. And Yanli's reign of terror is at an end as well. What is his scoreline at this point? I'm wondering.
11-1.
11-1.
Yeah.
What a monster.
That's pretty good. I mean, ratio-wise, obviously. Trying to see if he can outdo deoxIDE on train, which definitely won't be easy. But yeah, at this point, it's about time. But it's not. The thing is, it's not completely over either. If Team Sponge can get 6 rounds on this first half, I think they're going to be just fine. So, and that's perfectly possible. Break the economy of the Taiwanese team, and then just continue to train in, and then it'll be all right. Double orb is once again being played here for Team Sponge. They managed to save both of them. I think they even delayed the defuse to get that off.
Straya! Can they do it? Can they hold the line? Can they chain 2 rounds together? A very quick change of pace coming in here from Team Luke. Pushing onto the A site. Yanli there. 1-for-1 trade so far, and Toniac making the difference. They've taken so much damage, Team Luke, and they still haven't got the bomb down.
Yeah, I think that's the really important thing here. It's just the health that's left. But Crazy Face going to take down Sponge. That's a great peek, and now Yanli, he was ready in case someone was going to try and wrap around, which somebody did. deoxIDE not able to get the kill either. This is a really big issue for them, and now the HPR is gone. deoxIDE not going to try for it. That looked like it was supposed to be their round. Now they've been economically reset. Things are really bad, and oh no, it's the James Bond scoreline for HPR.
We got a secret agent in the studio. That's tough.
Does Australia even have a secret service?
Well, I mean, they're British. Are they under like what is it called? It's not MR5,
MI6.
but MI6, yeah. They must be under some kind of like partnership trading information, that sort of thing, probably. Buddy system.
In the Commonwealth.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. Someone will find that out for us.
I mean, the obvious answer is, Crocodile Dundee, but nobody really knows that, right? It's supposed to be, hush hush on the QT.
That's an old reference. AWP Scout 2 M4s here. Team Sponge, in spite of losing that round, they just want to keep going here. I think they feel like if they start saving now, it might just be all over. So, which would be interesting. I mean, if it is, that means Dust 2 is coming up, and maybe Flom's prophecy could be fulfilled. Though that's a nice aggressive push. They shut down Yanli, even though that does leave them a loss of mid-control. The bomb is miles away. Will someone go and pick that up already?
No, because they're just looking for headshots, Anders. They're just gonna get the kills. Whoa, what is this? The boost? And that worked? The nade? Wait, I don't even understand what's going on anymore. Did that actually wallbang him? Namerez down to 50 HP. How?
I'm not sure who tagged him exactly, but oh, he's gonna be Toniak showing up just in time. And Namerez kind of low already. That jump actually showed him where he was, but he's trying to shoot as well. That might be a bit too much. Insanity gonna get a 1 kill with the scout, but still a 2-on-3 here. 2-on-4, in fact. Not looking too good here for Team Luke. They might be losing around to a very questionable buy for Team Sponge. That's a nice headshot. Gonna be taking one down. He's looking for more Arcadia. He's alone with the bomb. And the longer this takes, the worse it's gonna get. HPL also picking up a kill. They're starting to come alive. Slowly.
Yeah, slowly. Back and forth. And now can they chain? There should be money left here to buy for Team Luke. They should have enough of an economy. If not, just for a straight half buy. No, yeah, they have plenty, ample funds. Okay, so I mean, now... Now the question is, I mean, we haven't seen like a YOLO B kind of play coming out from Team Luke yet. That could be one way to change it up for them.
Yeah, it's all been very slow and calculated, but given that they have the mid control and there are 3 people on the A bomb side, going B would definitely be big right now. All these Molotovs are going to make life very hard for the Australian team. When they're both at the back of the bomb side like this, it is not a favorable position. The HVR forced out by the Molotov, and Arcadia picking up both the kills. This is just great. Right now, unless Team Sponge can find a kill very, very soon, like within the next 15 seconds, this retake is not going to be worth it.
Exactly, and well, there you go. deoxIDE catches Arcadia. That was in B halls. Kind of gives an opening here for Sponge to take advantage of. And this is awkward for Crazyface because he's going to get caught in a pincer between Toniak, who's at his back, who gives away his position. Now the element of surprise is lost. That Incendiary is not allowing for Sponge to get out there to support his mate. Runs right back into the nade. What is this? The most important thing, though, is that it's saving so much time. That bomb is ticking the entire time that duel is going on.
Yeah, but they were incredibly delayed with the bomb plant. It really went down late. They had the bomb side for 10 seconds or so without even getting the bomb down. Now Yanli has to run for the smoke to try and stop this defuse, and it's not going to happen. Toniak will pick up the kill, and that's going to be it. The reason I said 15 seconds is because I assumed that because they had bomb control or plant or site control, they would just go for the plant, and that would be it. But they waited for a very, very long time, and that meant the Australian team could just get into position, slowly retake, and they didn't have to worry that much about the bomb plant there.
Oh, they had too much time. Nightmarish situation. Now, if you are Team Luke, still the money to buy, but there was a real chance for you that round to really break the Aussies' backs at that point. So imagine they're up to 9-3, or no, rather 9-2. Would have been an excellent lead. The Sponge Army back on eco, basically, or a broken economy. And you're looking at a different scenario now. Team Sponge, they actually have a chance. There's an opening, a window.
Yeah, a really good one. If we bring up the scoreboard really quickly, the money for the Taiwanese team is not quite there yet, and we do get into Yanli picking up 2 big kills. They didn't expect a third one there, and there's no reason why he should. That's an uncommon push to put 3 people outside of B, so a bit of a refrag at least for Team Sponge.
Ooh, he's actually got cool gloves as well, Namerez. First thing I noticed. Now, did he unbox them or did he buy them? Important questions I'm asking here, Anders. Need to know.
Yeah, well, he's common sense, surely he bought them, right?
What was that? It was Bardolph, I think, who spent like 200 pounds and then still spent like 200 pounds on... He spent 200 pounds on keys and then spent another 200 just to buy the gloves. I can't remember.
Yeah, for a smart guy, Bardolph makes a lot of really weird decisions. deoxIDE at the truck, gonna shoot Nameless in the back. Can he do more? He gets another kill on Arcadia and a third one too. There's the deoxIDE we know. Quad kill overall. And Team Sponge picking up a fourth one. That has got to send some flashbacks into Team Luke there. They've got to be worried now. Is he back?
Well, he's nodding his head like he wasn't trained, so he's starting to get into the groove. He's hearing that music. His soul is singing. And when his soul sings, Luke cries. From pain, obviously, not beauty. It's not a pleasant situation when you're losing rounds. Sponge has got the op back. Now we have to see if deoxIDE is going to be able to give us a repeat performance with the M4, or whether Sponge will die here and donate it to him. That's also a possibility.
I feel like more should have come out of that scenario. Like, either one of those two players should have probably got a kill, but somehow they both missed. Now, Crazy, yeah, he's got a flashbang. Please set it up for Yanli. That would be beautiful. There's the flashbang going in. Yanli gonna go for the spray. Takes one, and then after a while, and about 25 bullets, he will pick up the second kill, swapping out for the M4. There is still a third man on here, and they still don't realize deoxIDE. He's only gonna get the one kill. Nice shot from Crazy Face, but great communication and great thinking coming out of Team Luke.
I'm loving it. The flash goes through, and HPR is gonna be able to pick up one, but Crazy Face is there to trade, and Insanity will fall. Crazy Face, 3 big kills for him in the round with the AWP, and that's Team Luke taking control once again of the situation here. Whereas you can see just slight looks of disappointment for Team Sponge. And a little bit of shake of the head here and there. They know that they were on the limit, on the edge, but that was a great flash. That's that setup, that 1-2 combination.
It's kind of a shame because they win a couple of rounds here, but their economy just can't support that kind of a loss. So in the 14th round, they go all in with pistols and armor and whatever they can buy. It's just a straight buy for them here. And they're going to get the kill on Arcadia early on. Toniac, not bad at all.
Yeah, Sponge is all over the place, man. You notice that whenever there's like an extra man on B or A or whatever, like he's just rotating over wherever he wants, basically, to try and bolster the defense and take control of these sorts of aggressive situations. As we see there, comes out ahead. Now he's got an AK to play with. He's looking for the shot, not going to find it. Wow, they must have lined up because Nameless is going to pick up 2 instantly there.
Oh man, they had a good start and then just evaporates in a matter of seconds here. deoxIDE, he was very good with the CZ 75, but don't think it's going to matter at this point. The bomb is going to be going down, and to even get there will have taken, I think, just too much time, basically. And an interesting bomb position as well. I still actually think that's underutilized. I think more teams should worry more about planting on that side of the A-bomb side on cash. But no one wants to summon. They're not interested.
No. It's not their cup of tea. What is impressive, though, is that we're into double digits on T side cash.
Cash.
And the focus right now is real. Nameless that's the thing. Between Nameless and Yanli right now, they're just cleaning house. Crazy Face as well. I mean, it feels like everybody really does kind of have their roles on this team. Like, they're fitting together well as a unit. You've got Nameless and you've got Yanli, who are doing a lot of the work, but then Crazy Face has his moments with those AWP plays, which are impressive. Luke turned away, ready for the flash, not going to get caught blind. We'll take down Sponge. And this is the 15th round, last round of the first half, and HPR, the mad spray, only going to pick him up 1 kill, and that's Luke. So it's not the end of the world.
It isn't the end of the world. 3, well, now 1 versus 4. I was going to say at least they still had a chance here, but this is looking like, I think, too much of a loss. I think we said they could get, 6 rounds in the first half here to be right for Team Sponge, but 11-4 is just very, very good for the Taiwanese team. You see Yanli, I think, showing some emotion there. Very excited that they did so well on their map pick, and can't really blame him for it.
I mean, if this is the quality, we saw some of this, some of this basically came through on Train, right, from Team Luke, where you could see the depth in the roster. Crazy Face, Nameless, Yanli, right? They were setting it up for each other to shine. We're going into Dust 2. If they can maintain this level, and if it's a map that they're actually more familiar with than they are Train, think there's a real possibility here of them running it back, Anders. This is a little bit of a scary situation for the Aussies. I mean, not so much for Chad. I mean, he's used to it, but for the others.
Yeah. He's embraced the idea of defeat a long time ago.
His skin, you know, it's like Sherman tank armor.
Maybe that's what keeps him so happy these days. You know, he's been to the bottom and survived. Now, you know, nothing can touch him. Insanity gonna go for a fight over here, but it's Crazy Face and Yanli to open up the round. deoxIDE will get one in return. They're gonna be careful. They desperately need this round. Crazy looking for the shot mid-air. That would have been great, but now they need to wait for backup here, Team Luke. Just get everyone in, find the kit if it's anywhere, and then go for the retake.
Ah, but I like it. Just straight charge him, no fear. deoxIDE gonna get overwhelmed. Arcadia will find that kill. HPR stuck in CT, has to hit this headshot. He's desperately looking for it. Might be able to find it in the end. He will, but Luke is there to trade. And so far, excellent teamwork here from Team Luke. Going into the retake, can they find the kit somewhere? It's not going to matter, yeah.
They've got it already. I mean, they had the time for it there. So this is very, very well done. A good retake. It's kind of a shame that HPR, I think, involuntarily he ended up like in a position where Luke could shoot him from the main entrance to B.
Right.
I think he wanted to stay in the corner, but that's not so easy. So and eventually he went down, and that was kind of it. Now 12-4, and Sponge buying whatever they can. Don't blame them.
No, yeah, it's 12-4. You need rounds. You need to do something here. So right now it ain't pretty. It definitely is not pretty. Yanli, there's the flash, the setup once again. Look at this aim. Excellent, 3 kills, making it look as clean as possible.
Wow.
That was impressive. That was a demonstration right there.
I love it. I'm looking forward to Dust 2 right now. I think it's going to be fun to see these Taiwanese players stepping it up. But I mean, the flashbang setup, and you're right, just very, very clean, very crisp. I mean, they were flash, so in that sense, they were easy enough targets. But it says something about a player anyway. Like, if there are a lot of people, when they get presented with a lot of targets, they will instinctively try and kill everyone all at the same time. Like, they won't make the decision to first kill off one and then sort of, you know, prioritize well enough. And it gets really weird, so I love seeing that.
Completely off. Not going to really matter in the end, though. Namers will find deoxIDE. HPR and Toniak, the last 2 alive, and they do manage to pick up 1 kill. So, you know, Sponge showing some fight, but it's 14-4, a 10-round lead. And, well, what do you do now if you are Sponge, apart from go for the Hail Mary force buy? Buy everything, all the things. You don't have your timeout anymore either, so you got to go now. And I mean, he's just describing the strats as they go. That's how much practice they've actually put in, right? They've had.
Yeah. 14-4. I mean, this is an even bigger win, at least right now, for Team Luke than Sponge had on Train, right? So if we imagine a world in which this had been the first map, we would have been like, wow, Team Sponge, what's happening? They're completely crumbling. It's only because we saw the first map and how crazy the deoxIDE was that we're like, yeah, all right, well, let's see what map 3 brings. Because at this point, I am assuming that there will be a map 3. Sponge, nice attempt to look over the smoke. That's potentially quite a lethal angle. Arcadia going to be going down, and Sponge trying to see if he can pick it up. He's almost dead himself, but he's done pretty good damage. And HPR there to pick up the kill on Name Rest coming out of the vent.
Yeah, the shots are going through right now. Man advantage for Sponge. And his lads, he's down to 5 HP, so he's not looking too hail, right? But this is still possible. They can definitely turn it around. Sponge with the crazy face shot there. Manages to take him out, and Luke turned away. He's been spotted, looking for the shot. He's going to find it, but it takes too long. Sponge with 5 HP takes down 3 people. And that's Yanli backing off to save his gun. Wise call, actually. If he saves it, they can actually get a pretty decent buy going into the next round.
It's just mad that Yanli's at 25-6 as a ratio here. That this is...
Yeah,
he's out of control.
He mangled them, within the first 10 rounds? He was just, 12 kills, 1 death, I think it was. So, yeah, he was doing good work. He was doing good work.
Not sure if they're going to be able to find him. I mean, Sponge is out looking, but he's only got 5 health. So he's not the best candidate to send into the field right now. Especially not with the knife out. That was always going to be a hard kill for Sponge.
You're not, this isn't COD. You can't throw the knife.
No, it's true you can do that, doesn't it? Doesn't it, like, kill people or something?
Yeah, it's like chink. I think I actually watched like a documentary on those though, and they really aren't that strong. You can't actually have that much power in the knife blade shooting out that way. I don't know. There's something about it where it was like, yeah, that's fun, but practical.
Oh, you mean you can't kill people with a knife throw?
No, with the you know, like the pneumatic knife handle, right? That shoots the blade out.
I see.
It's more of like a novelty thing than anything, because it's just like you can't really get that much power into it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I understand.
Would suck to get it in the eye, right? But like.
I'll agree with you on that one. No, you're not gonna get a fight from me on this one. 14-5 is the scoreline, and Double Orb is back on Team Luke. You have to think that out of the next 10 rounds, they can win just 2 of them. A shot almost connecting through the wall there. Sponge on the other side is so close, please. Continue, Crazy Face. It's nearly working. One more try.
One more try, come on. One more. Yeah, Sponge behind that smoke. That is frustrating. But Luke can come and pick up that AWP. He dropped it. He's on a P250 right now, so he could come over here, pick up that hop, and actually have a rifle to work with. HPR going to find a shot, but Yanli's there to trade. And they're not out of this yet here, Team Luke, in this round. Smoke goes down, fresh one to block off A main. Where is Sponge? And he's in mid. He gets the lurk on Crazy Face again, and this is where it just falls apart.
Man, Sponge is coming alive in these rounds. Like, he's really starting to step it up.
Well, that's been the trend, hasn't it?
Yeah, I guess it's better late than never, but still at the same time, you have to worry. And are we going to see a tactical timeout being called here? Sponge will go down. Still a 1-on-3, and the bomb obviously going to tick the round in, but still, it'd be nice if Yanli could save something here.
I guess you get one tactical per half then in that case.
So, or is
they already
technical?
called? Oh, well, they didn't call it in the first. They called that on train. So
Yeah.
yeah. So no, that's the first, I guess, for Team Luke. They're still good. They're still good.
Yanli going to be going down. No rifle saved here. I think the name of the game is aggression. Like it is kind of basic, but at the same time, if you have the kind of players like you have here in Yanli, then I would try and make him go for a fight instead of waiting around for Team Sponge to show up and roll through.
Yeah. Just give him freedom. I mean, the guy's been hitting mad shots. It's not like they were trying to limit deoxiDE when he was going nuts for Team Sponge earlier on train. So yeah, why not? Why not just go ham? Yanli, here's the AK or the M4. Go. Wipe them off the face of the planet, please.
And it is Team Luke with the tactical timeout, in case you were wondering here. Got to be a lot of Australians who got up early to watch this and that are thinking, please don't let us down, you know?
But the same could be said for the Taiwanese, right? It's a good time for Asia. But right, you know, it's like early in the morning in Asia right now. So these guys right now, they need to, they both of these teams have got fans who are up early in the morning waiting to watch and cheer. Cheer for that guy, Yanli. Been very impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would say, given the sort of the local level in the Asian scene, he's the sort of person who could be scouted, you know, and people will say, all right, if we put the time in to teach him, maybe something good could come out of this. There seems to be like a basic level that can definitely be worked with. So curious if there's someone who's going to end up doing that, putting him on one of the bigger teams, that is. 14-6 is the scoreline, and Sponge, gets shot in the face. That's just annoying. Tries to throw it back a little bit. He has to be careful that he doesn't overextend and just gives up the ult for no reason. The rest of his team, though, looking to get into this A-bomb site, which should be easy enough.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. They're well grouped up right now. As long as they maintain that spacing, use the nade superiority, push onto the site together, not one at a time. This should be a winnable situation, a fairly easy one, and there we go. Both kills for Team Sponge. Insanity to take down Crazy Face as well. And just like that, it's Yanli and Namerez, and just Namerez now as Insanity's going to take out his teammate. So soon to be 14-7. But yeah, 14-7. The score says it all. Team Sponge, they still have a long way to go to catch up here. A long way. Question is whether or not Team Luke are looking to go for a double eco in this scenario.
I like what gave it away for Namerez there was the actual shadow on the wall on the other side. It's like, wait a minute. That's not supposed to be there. That was so funny. Well, it could well be a double eco-type setup here. Look at this here. He sees the shadow coming in. That's so good, isn't it? What a great replay. Like, hold on, hold on.
Tough, tough.
The stuff of nightmares. Yan Lee flashing himself in, but there's a smoke tragically there. That, I mean, otherwise you could have probably got that kill. But now, waiting in a bit of a dangerous spot. And someone could easily pre-fire this. Now, no grenades at all on Team Luke. So we're talking about the double AWP, the double save. They didn't go for it.
Yeah.
And the result is that they've got no grenades to work with.
Yeah, I'm a bit, this is the issue, right? You could go for a half buy and then have everything in the next round. You have such a big lead. There's no reason to force it. Nothing to really stop him. Arcadia walks out onto the site for free. Luke is there to trade.
Yeah, he was boosted up. Oh, did you realize he sees the gun and HPR caught sleeping? And suddenly it's a 2-for-1 trade, a 3-for-1 trade. Crazy Face trying to bring this onto map 3 as soon as possible. But he's finally going to be going down. Nameless. Timing is key right now. deoxiDE and Sponge are left here. The Australian duo. Sponge is going to be going down. The bomb is dropped as well. deoxiDE, now it's your chance, but he was in the smoke, couldn't see a thing. And that is a map point for Team Luke. It would need 8 rounds in a row for Team Sponge. I'm just not buying it.
Well, we've already had one map of overtime tonight that went to 4 overtimes. Yeah. Could be possible that these guys intend to take it one step further. Get that quintuple overtime going.
I just don't see it happening. I don't think Sponge is going to be able to bring it back to sort of 8 rounds in a row here. Slightly better economy for Team Luke. That was a very questionable round for them, and they still made it work. And Crazy Face, one of the main architects of that last round, starting off with a kill on Sponge again. Very good job. Team Luke, 4 more kills in this round, and they're going to be there.
Yes. This time they do actually have some of the grenades, but Yanli, I was really just starting to be a fan, you know, feeling confident in this guy, and then he goes for the P90. For shame. Bomb dropped, and there we go. Arcadia does manage to get 1. 2 big entry kills, though, onto the site, however, and that's a quick reaction coming in from Sponge. With the call from behind, HPR will fall to Yanli, and Yanli throw away that P90. Very good. Go and pick up an AK.
Oh, Nameless. I don't think they realize he's there. The deoxiDE going to be going down. That's a very important kill.
Take your time.
Now, Toniac, what is he possibly going to do? He's in the back, trapped here. They know he hasn't moved out. They know that he's the one who put that bomb down, so they're going to have a lot of trouble even doing anything. There's a good kill, headshot on Yan Lee, but now it's a one-on-one Nameless. He's got the kit as well, up on the box, and there it is. We're going to go to map 3, ladies and gentlemen. 16-7 in favor of Team Luke on the second map here. It's very well done for the Taiwanese team.
No, that's a great recovery. And, well, you see both teams, Sponge feeling comfortable on train, knowing what to do on that map, even if he wasn't able to actually crack with his team at all. You could tell things were definitely felt like a little bit more of a home turf. Now we got to see what happens when you go on to Team Luke's home turf. Holy hell. Like, totally different picture. They just completely mopped the floor. Sponge's team picked up 3 rounds in the second half. Put it that way.
I mean, it just didn't seem like they really had what it took there. Team Luke seemed very well prepared. Also, HPR and deoxiDE started that whole thing being just incredibly off balance. You're right, Semler.
Oh, hi.
Just standing out a bit in the way.
I don't know. Hey, everybody. All right.
Yeah, I mean, that was crazy. Yeah, I'm glad because Flom and I had the same prediction, and right now it's looking pretty good. So I'm excited about that. Ready to beat everybody else's here in predictions. Flom, are you with me?
Yeah, man. I was super happy. You know, because I predicted the US team to win, and I was wrong, and then I looked dumb. And now, you know, it's starting to come, you know, forth what I was saying, which is like, you know, they got this next map because Train was definitely the Australians' map, but the Taiwanese team looks so much more comfortable.
And the third map is Dust 2. It's anyone's game at this point. That last map, you said it was crazy. It wasn't exactly Crazy Face, though. It was Yan Lee.
Yeah,
he was going
was
completely off.
Yeah.
At one point, he was 11-0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, what were the keys to victory there for the Taiwanese squad?
they just obviously look way more prepared. They had just a very good idea of how to run everything, and the level of focus is actually quite incredible. Again, like even when they if you're up 11, or I think they were like 6 or 7-0 at some point in the beginning. If you're up that far, there's a tendency, even at like high level, for people just sort of run off with it and try and do whatever they can. Like people get careless and they forget to do basic things. They didn't. They held it together. So good leadership on Luke, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's telling in the vote right now.
Yeah,
Basically 50-50 going into this third map as to who's going to take it.
Yeah, talking about the vote, thanks for that, Semina. You guys can continue to vote now, change your mind, or go with what you were predicting before. All you need to do is exclamation mark followed by the captain's name. So either Luke or Sponge. Sponge, how you feeling, buddy? They played really boring. We're not sure if the stream heard that. Huh? See, so, okay, just, I've been told that the stream can't hear, but just to explain what Sponge said, he said, his initial reaction, they play really boring, right? That's a childlike response. Nice one, Sponge. And then he followed it up with saying something pug, and then he swore at me, and it was over. I mean, Sponge. The swearing didn't happen. Given the swearing didn't happen. But I don't think that's the right mindset, guys. What do they have to do to get back into this and flip it and get a win on Dust 2?
I'll jump in on this one once we say goodbye to those guys. Right, there we go. Let's be honest, it was just like, it was watching pretty much a pug against what looked like a pretty robust team. Not only did they have the T side down, they were actually able to play CT side, which is something we haven't actually seen that much of to this sort of degree. And as Sponge said, they were kind of a classic team. They didn't rush too much. You know, Semler even wanted Yanli to be a little bit kind of let off the leash further, you know, go a bit more aggressive, try and get in their faces. As there was that little hint of a comeback. You know, Sponge was like the late game hero for a little while, but you can't go that deep against a team who actually has depth there. So for me, I don't know, like Sponge used to be pretty solid, us too. Vox Emerald used to play. It was like one of the maps they actually got decent results on outside of Inferno when they actually played at the majors a long time ago. But you know, what does that matter here? Like, but everyone can play Dust too. So hopefully there's going to be a bit of balance and coming back in for the Aussies.
So obviously what we saw on Train was the absolute dominance of deoxide, not so much a factor on Cash. Could that be one of the issues? Eric, what do you think?
I think what it came down to is they were just a lot more rehearsed on Cash, and the Aussies were comfortable on Train. I think Dust 2, though, is going to kind of like play into that a little bit. You know, while I do think Taiwan will win, I think this is a much better map.
You're still sticking with Taiwan. I like it, man.
Yeah.
He believes.
I just think that this will be a better map, though, for the Aussies, because this is Dust 2. You know, this is, it's a pug map. You know, everybody's played it for so long, it's in their core if you've played Counter-Strike long enough. So I definitely think with enough time, they can definitely make some stuff happen. Maybe they need deoxide to do what he did, though, the first map, to really be able to carry that performance through.
Also, Sponge AWPing, not phenomenal. It's not been the highlight of today, Sponge, not gonna lie.
I like to try to look over at the players when there's a disparaging remark to see if there's any sort of
Maybe
reaction.
he'll play better into his style. You know, like the old Smith's argument, sits over at the car, has a great time watching that cross-up cap, maybe on the CT side. That could come through, but like Crazy Face was playing pretty well there as well. His AWPing seems pretty solid. Again, like we didn't see anything mental. He didn't like completely go off, but he seems diligent to like quite a high degree. And I always feel Dust 2 can be opened up so beautifully by AWPs as well, which I think is going to be a nice factor if they get the money beside them. So I'm hoping we get to see a bit of a showdown in that, and I hope Sponge can do something.
Well, there we go. The final map is Dust 2, and it's pretty fitting as a decider to, well, one pug team, Sponge's team, Team Australia, versus a team that is more, regimented, a team that has a background of playing together for some time. Technically, a proper team with the addition of Luke. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back with that final map, Dust 2.